Hi, greetings, fellow DC fans. Well, unfortunately, like I said, I'm only going to be looking at 3 DCEU films this year, and sadly, we've reached the third and final film we're going to be looking at this month, and that is, I'm sorry, I'm going to say 3 DCEU films this month, but anyway, so today is the third and final review of DCEUcember 2023, and that is Blue Beetle. So, let's take a look at it. In the remote tundra of Antarctica, members of Gort Industries, led by the company's co-founder and CEO Victoria Cord, locate an ancient alien artifact known as the Scarab. Meanwhile, Jaime Reyes returns to his hometown of Palmeiras City after graduating from Gotham Law University, only to learn that his family is facing eviction from their home due to financial difficulties. Jaime's sister Milagro manages to get him a job at Victoria's mansion. However, both are fired after Jaime stops the confrontation between Victoria and her niece Jenny. Jenny later tells Jaime to meet her at Court Tower the next day to discuss a job opportunity. The next day, Jenny finds that Victoria is using the Scarab for her One-Man Army Corps, or OMAC, projects. She steals the Scarab and avoids security by giving it to Jaime, hidden inside a big Billy Burger to-go box. At home, Jaime's family convinces him to open the Scarab box. When Jaime touches it, the Scarab activates and fuses with him, encasing him in an armored exoskeleton. Jaime later finds Jenny for answers, rescuing her from Victoria's armed forces. She tells Jaime that the Scarab is a sentient weapon and that has willingly chosen Jaime to be its host. With the help of Jaime's Uncle Rudy, Jaime and Jenny break into Court Tower to retrieve a smartwatch that belongs to Jenny's father, Ted, but are attacked by Victoria's bodyguard, Ignacio Carapax, who has an OMAC prototype infused in his body. The Scarab is revealed to be named Kaji Da, and temporarily takes over Jaime's body and battles Carapax. Rudy and Jenny help incapacitate Carapax, then escape to Jenny's childhood home with Jaime. Jenny uses Ted's watch to activate his secret laboratory and reveals to Jaime that Ted was originally a vigilante named Blue Beetle, who spent his life studying Kaji Da before mysteriously disappearing, leaving his company in Victoria's hands. When they notice Victoria's helicopter flying toward Jaime's home, Jaime summons Kaji Da and returns to protect his family. As they escape, Jaime's father, Alberto, however, collapses and dies from a heart attack, distracting Jaime and allowing Carapax to capture him. Jaime is taken to an island fortress near Cuba, where he's strapped to a machine that downloads information from Kaji Da to the OMACs. While unconscious, Jaime sees a vision from his father, who encourages him to embrace his destiny as the new Blue Beetle. Jaime awakens and escapes as Carapax's OMAC suit activates and evolves into a more powerful form. Jenny and the Reyes family uses Ted's bug ship and its weapons arsenal to storm the island. Jaime reunites with his family, then encounters Carapax and battles him. Jaime nearly kills Carapax before Kaji Da reveals to Jaime memories of Carapax's enslavement by Victoria for the OMAC experiments, including Carapax's mother's death at Victoria's hands, leading Jaime to spare him. Carapax rebels against Victoria and sets his OMAC suit to explode, destroying the island, himself, and Victoria's vengeance for his mother. As the Reyes family escapes from the island, they take time to mourn Alberto. In the aftermath, Jenny becomes the new CEO of Court Industries and promises to repair the damage caused to the Reyes family by helping them rebuild their home. As the neighbors gather around the remains of the Reyes family's home and provide support, Jaime kisses Jenny and then offers to fly her to the Court estate. In a mid-credit scene, a distorted recording is broadcast into his laboratory, attempting to inform Jenny that he is alive. Dun dun dun. So let's look at the production of this film, beginning with the development. Warner Bros. Pictures and DC Films were developing a film based on Jaime Reyes / Blue Beetle by the end of November 2018, with Mexican-born Gareth Doniquet Albuquerque writing the screenplay. Seth Forman was executive producing the project for Warner Bros., which is said to be the first DC Extended Universe film, as well as the first live-action superhero film starring a Latino lead. By December 2020, DC Films was planning to release several mid-budget films a year exclusively on the streaming service HBO Max, rather than in theaters. As part of new DC Films president Walter Hamada's plan for the DCEU, with Blue Beetle listed as one such project in 2021. Puerto Rican director Angel Manuel Soto was hired to direct the film in February 2021. During a call received from Warner Bros., Soto had pitched various ideas, including a film about Bane's origin story, but Warner Bros. Had intended for him to direct a a film based on Reyes' Blue Beetle. In April, Blue Beetle was included on DC slated films that were expected to be released in 2022 or 2023. John Rickard, the president of production at the Saffron Company, was producing the film for HBO Max by that August, when filming was expected to begin in early 2022. In December 2021, Warner Bros. Revealed that the film would be receiving a theatrical release in August 2023 instead of being produced directly for HBO Max. Though the film was originally intended to be released as an HBO Max exclusive, the studio decided to release it theatrically after they enjoyed Soto's creative vision. But in mid-April 2022, Soto and cinematographer Paweł Boguszylski, sorry if I mispronounced that, visited El Paso, Texas to meet with local artists, muralists, musicians, and historians to understand the feel of the city. Peter Safran was revealed as a producer that October and worked on the film until he became co-chairman and co-CEO of DC Studios alongside James Gunn the next month. Rickard and Foreman were credited as the producers. Now on to the writing. In October 2021, Soto and delegate Alcocer's script featured the Latino family at its core, while star Zolo Maridueña, sorry if I mispronounced that, said in August 2022 that the family aspect of the film and character were inherent to the comics and felt had not been explored as much with other superhero films. Soto did not want the film to be another story 15 minutes in, something happens, and 15 minutes later, he's dominating the experience, and by the end, he's saving the world. Sid wants for his growth, saying that, quote, "He's not going to save the world yet. He doesn't deserve to yet," end quote. Soto Alcocer had decided to do so by taking a grounded approach towards his character while exploring his relationship with his family, Kaji Da, the symbiotic alien that provides Reyes' powers. Soto also took inspiration from the New 52 comics and the Mission Impossible and Indiana Jones franchises. The film also features Reyes' family witnessing his first transformation into Blue Beetle. The intention was twofold. Soto had amusingly felt Latino families were very nosy, also showing that families are superpowered to some extent. He also described Reyes' transformation as being David Cronenberg for kids and wanted the film to be fun. He also focused on the pronunciation of names of the film, including a scene in which Victoria Cord called him play Sanchez despite it not being his name. The decision to include this scene was to show that Latinos are not a monolith, with Soto further adding that the audience would feel the warmth of Reyes' family and become familiarized with them after the first act. Film star Susan Sarandon revealed the following month that the film would have several scenes spoken in Spanish with subtitles provided. Soto affirmed this, saying that the film will feature Spanglish, saying that Spanish will be used for scenes that feature elder characters and also when characters speak from the heart. The final writing credits were given to Dennet Alcer, however it's pronounced, with off-screen additional literary credit given to Gary Duberman. Soto had also stated that the film would explore Victoria Cord's relationship with her brother Ted Cord. He also said that the presence of Ted's daughter, his gadgets, and the idea of Ted and Dan Garrett would also impact the film's story, although it would be contextualized through Reyes' perspective. The film was set in the fictional Palmera City, which was an original creation for the film, rather than El Paso, Texas, as featured in the comics. Soto said this was to create a world specific to Jaime Reyes on a similar level to Metropolis for Superman and Gotham City for Batman, and helped to position the character as a potential leader in the new DC-based franchise in the DC universe. While saying that Gunn and Safran felt that the film could be included anywhere in the DCU timeline. Soto had explained that the creative team had created the city as a metropolitan of Latinos, and that the city was divided into two parts: Reyes' neighborhood and the affluential financial district. He had also identified Reyes' upbringing as being more humble, as his family had come from the working class, had been struggling, and was also part of marginalized communities under threat of gentrification. Inspiration for the film came from the video game Injustice 2 and the comic book storyline Infinite Crisis, which Jaime Reyes debuted, along with the comics of the New 52 for the design of the suit, as well as the comic book miniseries Blue Beetle Graduation Day, incorporated elements from the film. Now onto the casting. Zolo Maridueña was his first choice to play Reyes. So explained that he couldn't stop seeing Maridueña as the character since he was hired to direct the film, enjoying his performance in Cobra Kai. He also knew that his experience with martial arts while filming Cobra Kai would help with his role as Blue Beetle. So Warner Bros. Offered the role to Maridueña on August 1st, 2021. He was publicly revealed to be in talks for the film the next day, and his casting was officially confirmed later that day at the premiere for the DCEU film The Suicide Squad. Excuse me. Learning of the role, Maridueña was most excited that Reyes is a Latino character and he could bring Latino representation to his superhero project. In early March 2022, Bruna Marquezine, sorry for mispronouncing, was cast as Reyes' love interest Jenny Court, with Blitza Escobedo playing Reyes' sister Milagros, and Harvey Guillen as Dr. De La Cruz. Later that month, the rest of Reyes' family was cast. George Lopez as Uncle Rudy, Adriana Barraza as Nana, Abida Carrillo as Rocio, and Damien Alcazar as Alberto. Soda said he wanted to create an authentic Mexican family with real accents and experiences. Also, one of the elder members of the family to be portrayed by beloved Mexican actors from Latin American cinema, who also crossed over to United States cinema and paved the way for members of the younger generation, such as Maridueña and Escobedo. By the end of the same month, Sharon Stone was in talks to play the villain Victoria Cord, an original creation for the film, which was believed to be the wife of Ted Cord, the second Blue Beetle in the comics. Raul Trujillo, sorry if I mispronounced that, also joined the cast then as Carapax, the Indestructible Man. In mid-April 2022, Susan was cast as Victoria Cord after negotiations with Stone ended. Later, Stone alluded to dropping out of the film in a conversation about gender pay disparity, saying that she was offered a mere $500,000 while newcomer Maridueña was to be paid $9 million, and that she balked at that. In June 2023, Becky G announced that she would be providing the voice of Kaji Da for the film. And now onto the design. Blue Beetle's suit was designed by Maesi Rubeo and the team from 9B Collective. The design team was inspired from his appearance in Infinite Crisis No. 3, The Injustice Games, Young Justice, and Batman the Brave and the Bold. They had difficulty in creating the mask to fit Maridueña's full face, but also allow him to be emotive, particularly for the mouth area. As such, the team had decided to merge the designs of organic alien technology and insert features within his suit. Visual inspiration for Palmyra City came from Akira, Neo Tokyo, and Miami. So decided to insert a Nintendo Power Glove for Blue Beetle, following the inclusion of a shield in the script. And now on to the filming. Principal photography began on May 25, 2022, during the COVID-19 pandemic. It had taken place in the Atlanta metropolitan area, primarily at Waldron Studios in Decatur, Georgia, under the working title Mofongo. Paweł Boguzelski served as the cinematographer. Scenes for the film's third act took place at Castillo San Felipe de Moro, a 500-year-old Spanish fortress located in the old San Juan, Puerto Rico. Filming also occurred in El Paso. Sarandon completed filming her scenes by the end of June, and Trujillo said early July the filming was almost complete. Filming wrapped on July 18th in Puerto Rico. 2 days of additional photography took place in February 2023. Filming was done mainly at location and with heavy use of practical effects, such as the Blue Beetle suit. Soto felt that the use of real-life locations allowed for the practical effects to be better integrated into the film. He said he wanted to prevent the film from relying too heavily on visual effects, which is described as a tool, not a dependency, to aid overworking the visual effects artists. Now finally on to the editing and visual effects. Craig Alpert served as the film's editor, while Kevin McIlwain, sorry if I mispronounced that, served as the visual effects supervisor after previously working on the DCEU films Aquaman and the Suicide Squad. Visual effects vendors included Digital Domain, Rise VFX, Roto VFX, and Industrial Light and Magic. The film features stop-motion sequence featuring the eponymous character for the Mexican televiseries El Chaplin Colorado, recreated in the 1979 intro of the series. Sequence was animated at Atcho Studios, with Quique Rivera serving as animation director on the sequence. The sequence was conceived by Soto and Donat Alcocer, both of whom grew up watching the series and wanted to include an homage to it. Nice. So overall, I really do like this movie, and I really like the focus on the family aspect of Jaime Reyes and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'm gonna tell you guys, that suit, man, it looks so good. I freaking love it. So yeah. So overall, I give Blue Beetle 4 bat signals out of 5. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at, unfortunately, only 3 DCEU films this year. So yeah, but anyway, so I will be doing. So I think the only movie I'll be doing next year will be Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, unfortunately. So yeah, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, but anyway, so until next time, or until next year, I mean, in the words of my favorite DC character, I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.